welcome to the part 2. After the part 1, I kind of took a little break, but I did film a few things which I'll talk about, and also I still continued the challenge. I still have not bought groceries other than buying fresh stuff, and we will discuss that now. So I went to Sprouts. It's convenient for me. I like their produce. I kind of know that there I will have an easier time avoiding buying non-produce things because I already have it in my mind to not really shop around at Sprouts too much because it's expensive. So I got one very large cucumber, which I really need to take a look at because I'm scared that it's gonna go bad without me using it. Honestly, I went to the store because I was like, we really need produce. Like, we ran out of produce. But then, like, right away after that, we got kind of busy, and now I'm kind of scared. But we're gonna look at it today. Avocados. Yes. I got a tomato, which is looking a little bit rough on the top. I got this big thing of mushrooms. It was a good deal to get the big one, but I'm a little bit wary. But I was planning on cutting them all up and like freezing them. They smell like mushrooms. I got a bunch of kale. It's kind of not looking too hot right now. I've been like slowly eating it. I got some baby carrots. I bought this and this, and I know this isn't really like produce. In the old videos, I did try to make different milks or whatever, but because right now I don't really drink that much milk anyways. Like if I made a fresh oat milk right now, it'd only be good for like a few days. And since I'm not really drinking milk like every day, that's not really, you know, that just doesn't make sense. So I did buy a couple of these. And then I also went to Walmart for something and got a bag of mixed vegetables and broccoli and cauliflower. I love to have like a couple bags of frozen veggies in the freezer because it makes life so much easier and reduces waste. Because my brother and sister-in-law are in town right now. I know we're gonna be doing a lot of family stuff and eating out and stuff, so I really didn't want to buy like a bunch of produce and then have it go bad. And I also got an earth balance because we're out of butter. And that's not something that I'm like trying to make right now. Sorry. Just don't want to. And I just realized, what did it say before? Did it say buttery spread and now it says plant butter because it says new name? Oh, I also got buy one get one 50% off Zevia 12-pack multi-pack. I need my soda, you guys. I need it. I need the carbonation. I need the bubbles. So these are just a couple things that I filmed during my short break between part 1 and part 2 that I found a little bit interesting to share. One evening, Casey and I were craving like a little sweet treat, but we didn't really have anything in the house as far as cookies, cake, and the whatnot. Casey was craving like a mango coconut ice cream kind of thing, so here I'm blending together some frozen bananas, that mango fruit spread, and some coconut cream. I didn't have as many frozen bananas as I should have had though to make like a really good ice cream, and as I was blending it, I was kind of realizing like I'm not really feeling this. After she took some out of the blender, I added a bunch of ice, more mango fruit spread, and more coconut cream, and I didn't film that part because I literally didn't think it was gonna be that good. But as I was blending it, I was like, I know this is gonna hit. Like I was looking at it and I was like, this looks amazing, and it was so good. Like technically there was banana in it, but there was barely any banana left. So this is mostly just ice, coconut cream, and that mango fruit spread. Would absolutely make this again. It was so freaking good. I would love to make this with different tea drinks. I think this exact same thing but add some Thai tea in there would be so good. And then here's a little meal. I buy a big bag of frozen vegetable dumplings from my grocery outlet that they always have, and they're called vegetable dumplings, but they have tofu in them too, so they're a little bit more filling. Not enough for a meal, so I'm usually like putting some oil in the pan, laying out the dumplings like that so they fry on the bottom, and then on top of that I'll add whatever like greens, vegetables, maybe a protein. Like I put some frozen edamame on this, and then I'm also using the green onions growing out of my onion that started growing, and then I just let the vegetables and stuff just like steam in there while the dumplings are cooking, and then I stir fry it all up in the end. My pan was sticking a lot because it had some burnt oil like caked on in the bottom, and I was just eating this with some leftover chow fun from Chinese food because I needed to kind of make it into a meal. So yeah, but I'll do the same thing and then eat that over rice too, which is also a good meal. Okay, let's start by making some tea. I had a green tea a couple weeks and now I'm feeling black tea. So we got some loose leaf black tea. I'm doing 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons water. And then while we're doing that, we're going to make a cranberry smoothie. I don't think I've ever made one. These are my cranberries that I talked about in the part 1 from Thanksgiving that I literally have not touched since Thanksgiving time. They look perfect though, which is really awesome. I was scared they'd be all freezer burnt and stuff. There is a smoothie recipe on the bag, but it has like yogurt and honey in it, and I don't have those ingredients, so I'm just gonna do my own thing. But they are saying 1 cup of their cranberries for a smoothie, so I guess they recommend to use a lot. Is that a cup? I mean, if I'm gonna make a cranberry smoothie, I want it to be a cranberry smoothie, you know? I'm gonna put some protein powder. Coconut powder. We do have milk, but I want to use this. Even though I do believe this is quite convenient, but I don't prefer it to having just like a can of coconut cream. Like the flavor. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
And that's starting now.
Anyways, I don't prefer it to just a can of coconut cream, which in my opinion is also convenient because it's a can. Like it's also pantry stable. I mean, this is more convenient because you don't have to open a can, you don't have to dispose of the can. Like it's just a continual like source of coconut powder, but the flavor I don't like as much as getting it from the can. Also, it never mixes in like completely smooth for me. I'm sure if I used like a milk frother or whatever, like when I blend it into something, it doesn't mix like 100% smooth. And if I mix it with water, even like warm water, I feel like it still like doesn't mix in 100%. It's nice, but it's not as nice as I thought it would be, I guess. Maybe if I used a milk frother, electric milk frother, that would mix it in. Let's put some hemp seeds. Cashew butter. I'm gonna put a big heaping tablespoon. Probably more like 2 tablespoons. Okay. My favorite part. Doesn't scare me at all. Okay, so this is for me later. I'm gonna make a mango black tea, iced tea, and this is for me for the rest of the for the next few days. Back to the smoothie. Hopefully this pickle jar will be a good size. I'm keeping it pretty simple, mostly because I don't have much. And I'm using water because I'm using cashew butter, coconut milk powder, so it should still be like creamy. Oh, it's like with some oats in it. Guys, from the last video, I actually have some oat flour. And I actually don't have frozen bananas. I was gonna be like, let's see how it tastes with just cranberries and see if we want to add bananas. But now I realize I don't have any bananas. So we'll truly have a cranberry smoothie. She's gorgeous. Hold on a minute. Okay, it's very sour. It's very sour. And it's a little gritty. I think I did a little too much with mine. If I had a banana, honestly, this, I can tell if you just added a banana to this, it'd be perfect. I think that's all I would need. It's just one banana, please. But the texture's kind of bothering me. I'm gonna add some oat milk to this to get all this out of here. I'm gonna add a little bit of sweetener. I'm just gonna use this. This may be a little bit weird. Appley maple syrup. Someone did suggest something with cran apple. I need this smoothie to be a little sweeter, so we're gonna add a little sweetener. You're still eating fruit? Even if you have to add something to the fruit to eat the fruit, you're still eating the fruit. Obviously, it's better if you can eat the fruit on its own, but at this very moment right now, for example, I don't want to eat this on its own. Alright. It's still so sour. A little bit more, and a little bit more. It's so sour, like, actually. Cranberry smoothie part 2, cranberry banana edition. It's much better, but I don't really like it that much. The same exact smoothie, but with blueberries would hit so much better. And then while the blender is still dirty, I mean, I rinsed it, I want to make some blended chia pudding in here. I feel like that would be nice. I actually don't think I've ever done blended chia pudding. I'm gonna put water in first, because I think if I put the chia seeds first, they're more likely to get stuck. Water. And then I'm just gonna put a bunch of other stuff. Some oat flour. I'll probably put more. Like a overnight oat chia pudding thing. Let's put some cashew butter. Yum yum. Whoa. Coconut milk powder. Let's also put some oat milk. Let's also put some hemp seeds. Oh, I keep forgetting about this. Ooh, honestly, I think it is getting softer now. Now that it's like consistently warm. It's at least easier to scoop out. Coconut butter. Okay, now I'm gonna go blend this. It's really strange because it's like gloopy. You can tell it's a gloopy texture. And I just remembered I didn't add any sweetener. But I usually don't because I'm gonna eat it with like banana or whatever, but now I realize we don't have banana. I'm gonna try a little. Very creamy, feels very like luscious. But yeah, there's not much flavor to it, obviously. I could add some of this strawberry rhubarb stuff to it. Oh, actually, I also have these. Okay, I'm gonna put some peaches in here. And I'm just gonna like pulse them a couple times so they get chopped up. And then I'll put them in my pudding. And then, now that I've opened this, I can use this syrup and make a peach tea today. Look at that. Interesting, huh? Oh, it's really thick now. It's some of those peaches in there. This is actually so weird. Maybe I shouldn't have mixed it in. And you know, that's my bad. This is so strange and I have some regrets. Okay, now I really want my tea. It says it's light syrup, so I don't really know how much to put, but no, there's nothing. That's like not even this is like not even syrup. Damn it. Just watered down my tea as heck. It truly is light syrup, which is good. It's like healthier. But now I need some of this. Well, now I know. Delicious. Okay, I'm gonna unravel this. Unravel? I'm gonna unpack this. I'm gonna. It looks good. You guys, it still looks good. Okay, so we have some asha noodles right now. And I love cucumber with those noodles. I don't know about anyone else, but if you have a grocery outlet, let me know. Does your grocery outlet always have these kind of noodles? This is a 12 pack, so it's very convenient. I buy it because it's such a good deal at grocery outlet. Like they're clearly like trying to get rid of them. So the sauce is really good, enough to add vegetables and protein to the meal and still have it be very flavorful. But it does definitely make me sad to buy something where it's like each one is packaged like this. But anyways, these are really good with cucumber added to them. So I thought I could do the cucumber thing where you cut them, salt them, and then strain them and stuff. So that way they're already like all ready to be used. And I feel like if you do that, it would stay better longer than if I just left this cucumber in there. It's already been in there for a few days. So I'm like, I feel like something needs to happen. And then the mushrooms, I want to just cut them all up and freeze them as long as they all look okay. The kale, looks like I'm gonna need to toss this one. That's just bad. I think I might cut up this kale and freeze it in a bag. Maple actually likes the stem of the kale, which is awesome. So I just washed all the mushrooms and squeezed out the water because I know there's like ways to clean your mushrooms. You can like wipe them with a towel or whatever. I don't know. I find it most comforting for me to be able to wash them, like rub them around under the water with my hands. But then they're full of water. So I squeeze them out and I put them on the towel and then I'm gonna cut them and freeze them. But I realized first let me deal with the oranges because cutting board. So I forgot to say I also got these 3 giant oranges from my mom. Someone she knows, don't remember. But I want to cut these and also those oranges that I already had that I mentioned in the part 1 and freeze them. I may leave some slices out in the fridge for like snacking on, but I know these need to be dealt with like ASAP or else. That's delicious. Getting the stasher bags out. I guess I don't really need to peel each slice. I'm just gonna kind of chunk some chunks. I don't know. Guys, I'm scared of making it taste like onion, so I don't want to cut on my cutting board. I need a fruit cutting board. I'm losing some juice. Delicious. Massive. It's massive. Guys, what is your guys' secret for peeling an orange? Does anybody have one? I'm always just trying my best. I'm gonna do the peeling on top of this bowl so that I can collect the juice. Okay, so those delicious, what? Okay, so those oranges are delicious as heck. I just peeled them all. So I'm gonna just put as many as I can in this bag. Another bag. And then also, yay! I'm going to cut all these mushrooms now. I'm gonna put them all in here. And I'm not gonna clean the cutting board. I feel like if anything, the orangeness is fun. And I will be moving the cutting board and cutting them out off camera and not at this angle. And I know if I cooked them, I could make them much smaller, take up less space. But I don't feel like doing that right now. Here we are, and I only dropped like a half a mushroom on the ground. Squeeze. Check that out. I'm just mushroom maxing on you guys. Mushroom mogging. Mushroom mogging. I'm gonna cut the ends off. They will be What's that chaperone song? She got away. I'm gonna cut off this weird part. Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna cut like, I don't know what shapes these are. Putting them in the colander. Like fun shapes to pick up with noodles. Here are my cucumbers. Behold. I'm not gonna do much to them. I think I'm just gonna salt them because they'll be added to a meal that already has a sauce probably. Salt. You just rub the salt into the cucumbers. It just helps to release the liquid from them. And I'm gonna rinse off the salt after letting it like sit in there for a while so that they're not too salty. But then they should also like stay better in the fridge than if I just cut up the cucumbers and put them all in the fridge. See? Just do that, see that? Okay, so I'm gonna just rip off the yellow parts of the kale and put them in this bag. I'm running out of containers and bags. The kale's not at its peak anymore, but I'll still like cook it into stuff. I'm gonna rip it off the stem. I think I'll break them in half and I'll put them, I kind of have like a bag of scraps that I have in the freezer for like little frozen treats for her when it's hot, especially. I'll give her like a frozen piece of cucumber or whatever. She likes that. And because some people think that's sad, I also have normal treats for her and she gets bully sticks. Like, she's good. So look, now we got these little stems. You want to take it? So show and tell, we got 2 bags of oranges for smoothies or even like a treat. Like even like it'd be really nice to make like a slushy kind of drink with them, even with tea or I don't know. Kale I'm going to freeze and all these mushrooms. And I know like if you cook things before you freeze them like this or this, you can freeze them, you can save space, and maybe it's better if you do that too. But then I have to cook them twice. So it's like, if I don't have to do that, I'd rather not. And me personally, I don't have a bad experience just using them from raw, so I don't really care, personally. I'm also like, I don't have too much time right now because then I'm leaving in a bit, so. Oh, and then also these orange slices that are absolutely delicious. These in the fridge. I have to go. So I'm gonna do this now. We're gonna fit the cucumber in this container. I'm actually not gonna rinse them off because they're actually not, I didn't make them that salty. I'm just gonna squeeze out some of the liquid. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay. I can also drain out the liquid out of the container later too. Oh, I could also sprinkle some rice vinegar on them too, so then they're just even more preserved and yummy. Almost like a pickle. There's just salt and rice vinegar on them, so they're pretty like simple. Yay! So the chia pudding texture was not it. I added way too much like powdery ingredient to the liquid in the ratio, so I needed to add a lot more oat milk and some more chia seeds to make it just more normal chia pudding with less of the powdery stuff and also a little bit of extra sweetener. This was good though. I just ended up with a lot of chia pudding and I knew I wasn't gonna finish it all, so I froze those 2 smaller jars, and I was happy to find out that chia pudding actually freezes and thaws very well. I could not tell the difference between the texture personally, so I'm happy to know this for future reference. I can make a bunch of chia pudding and freeze some for later. And then here's some noodles that I made. I did show in the part 1 that I had that like 12 pack of Asha meteor noodles. I do like these because they come with more of like a paste than a sauce, so you're actually meant to add some water to it to get it to mix in, so there's no need to strain the noodles or anything. You can just plop them straight from the pot into the bowl and not worry about the extra water that comes with it if you you know what I mean. And I like to eat just plain tofu that I like boil in the noodle water because I feel like there's a little bit of oil and salt in the noodle water that latches onto the tofu. I don't know, maybe I'm a freak like that, but I really like it. It makes the tofu like delicious for some reason. I don't know. And then I'm adding my little salted vinegar pickle, cucumbers, green onions from the onion, if you know what I mean. And that was my meal. Very, very simple, but yeah. Just went to dinner with my family that was right next to a grocery store. So I got this. I got some cilantro. I've been thinking about cilantro lately for multiple uses. I got some garlic. I don't think I can be trusted with garlic cloves at this moment in my life. I got 5 bananas, which I accidentally weighed as 4. Don't tell. Don't tell the richest family in the world. And an onion. And I forgot to show the other day, I took home this from my parents' house. They got it from someone and didn't eat it. I'm guessing it's just a red onion. I don't actually know what this is, honestly. Some sort of onion, for sure. So then I can use the top for like a green onion kind of ingredient. I also have some lemons. I may make like a lemon bread for Easter or something. Peaches. I'm already almost done with them. Chopping them up in here. The texture is definitely better now. I think I prefer regular chia pudding, like unblended. I mean, I was a tapioca child growing up. I really liked tapioca pudding. So I just think I like it that way. These are good, guys. Come on. Next time I would blend all my stuff together, like the milk, like the creamy mixture, and then mix it with straight chia seeds. I would like that, because now it's good. Also, I'm going to hike today with family. I'm going to take some trail mix that I made in the last video. I don't have a lot of like snack foods right now. It's like healthy snacks, Rebecca. Trail mix. The ice also helps to like mix in the powder, because I had a bunch of powder that was stuck down here, and then the ice like right away loosened it. It needs to be thinned out, so I'm just gonna drink a little and then add more milk or water to it as I drink it. It's just too concentrated. Remove this and then water. This is extra creamy, so I don't need much of it. I'm finally gonna make an orange smoothie. Probably doesn't feel like finally to you because it's all in the same video, but a time has passed. I'm gonna put that much. I want to say like an orange worth. My brother was cleaning out my mom's freezer and encouraged her to get rid of many frozen bananas that she had in there. I don't want enough to really make it taste like banana, but I think just more filler and like sweet creaminess. Banana orange cream, I feel like sounds like it would be yummy. I really kind of just want to use this up because it's so like, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of it. Protein powder, 1 scoop. Let's do some cashew butter today. Okay, our water is warm. And then I'll just have it in the fridge for smoothies and the whatnot. After this, I'm going back to canned coconut milk. Finishing it up. Hemp seeds. Okay, I'm gonna put some coconut milk in here. A little bit warm, but I'm too impatient. And then some ice. It's good. It's very creamy. Like, very creamy. The orange is not really getting to shine. Maybe I shouldn't have put the banana in there or put like less banana because it barely tastes like an orange smoothie. It tastes like a banana smoothie with a bit of orange in it, honestly. But it is yummy. It's like a milkshake, basically. Whoa, okay. It is actually phenomenal though. Between that coconut milk, the hemp seed, and the banana, and the protein powder, and the cashew butter, it's like so creamy and delectable. Alright, so then I will save this and put this in smoothies and stuff. I'm trying to use up all of this. Okay, put it all in here. I should have taken it out of the fridge many hours ago. I'm gonna microwave it. Oh, I should have had some of this too. Coconut butter. So I wonder if you could use this like cocoa butter and make like a make like a white chocolate or something. Gonna microwave these together. This, add a little bit of this, but not too much because that nut butter already has monk fruit in it. Looks strange. Definitely softer. Whoa. Whoa, guys. Dude, I'm gonna be so happy using this up, getting this out of there. I'm just gonna put some of this in there. I can always add more later. Add a little bit of vanilla paste. Yeah. I'm gonna add pumpkin pie spice. The cookie butter has like different spices in it, and maybe the spices will help cover up the freaking monk fruit. Oh, and we're also putting prunes, which I feel like, I don't know, like almost like a cinnamon raisin oatmeal cookie kind of vibe. Yarmy, yarmy, yarmy. This is gonna be so much easier to mix than the last time I made granola when I just was like throwing everything in the bowl together as I went along. So I'm gonna finish this up. I'm just gonna pour it on there and see how it goes. We'll need a little more oats. It smells so good. I feel like we probably need some salt. It's getting good. Let's try a bit. It's good. I hope the monk fruit won't be an issue. I'm cutting him like really small pieces. Little like shavings almost. For me, dried fruit is like a texture issue. Like some dried fruit, I don't like the texture of it in like a big chunk, you know? So I feel like if it's like really cut really small, like really mixed in there, that's better. These won't like burn in there, right? Do I need to worry about that? I want it to be quite salty. Coconut oil on there. Put it down. Put her down. I want like a clumpy granola, so you just squish it down into, you know, just one big cookie. So definitely the first two recipes that I saw tell you to not add your raisins until the end. Maybe prunes can take more than raisins. Maybe I like a toasted prune in the morning, you know? So I baked it like longer than it suggested. It is pretty thick and it was on the middle rack. They don't look burned. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it for until it cools and then I'll break it up. I didn't stir it halfway. Maybe I should have. So anyway, the dried fruit, I cut it all up really small, little chunks. So I plan on using it for like any kind of like baking or granola like this, or baked oats. Just whenever I need to add like a little bit more like sweet ingredient to something, because otherwise I will not use them. I will not eat them. Just as dried fruit, I will not eat them, so. It's delicious, number one. Number two, the dried fruit is more tough than I thought it would be. It wasn't bad when I was eating it like on its own, but now it's a little bit cookie crazy. It was better when it was like fresh out the oven. It's so good. So I had a bunch of red lentils that I wanted to use up. I did not mention this in the part 1 because I literally just forgot that I had it. It was in a different area of the kitchen than where I was filming. But once I remembered that I had the lentils, I had the idea of adding them to that carrot soup to make it more like a meal. And then I wanted to have grilled cheese on the side and dip it. I thought that would be good, like instead of tomato sauce, you know. So here I'm adding some bay leaves and some bouillon and garlic to the red lentils and gonna cook them on the stove. Casey buys a lot of sourdough. She eats a sandwich every day for lunch. So she ends up with a lot of like small pieces of bread at the end of the loaf that I tell her to save, and then every once in a while I'll make some like cheesy bread in the air fryer. So we had a bunch of that. So instead of making grilled cheese, I just thought, let me just make a bunch of cheesy bread. For future reference, I would probably put this all in a bowl and pour the melted butter over it and stir it with my hands in a bowl. I feel like that would be easier, but this is what I did. I also didn't have as much cheese as I wanted, but it's okay. While the red lentils were cooking, I had the idea of adding some of my frozen mushrooms and frozen kale to it just to add a little bit more textures. And then once the lentils were cooked and it was a little thicker, I was ready to add my soup. And this soup was not at all what I expected, so I was very disappointed. And yes, it's my fault for like, my expectations, I guess. But someone else commented on the part 1 recently, which thank you for validating me. They also thought it was way thinner than they expected. I think they should market it as a broth rather than a soup, because I feel like a soup makes me think it's like got more going on. For future reference, I would think this would be better to use for like a creamy ramen broth or something like that and add a little more flavor to it. It was like carrot juice, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't, I thought it was gonna be like a blended soup, like a butternut squash type soup. Anyways, because I still did want it to be a thicker soup, I ended up adding some instant mashed potatoes to it, and that works. Today I made some of this jasmine tea. I've actually had this since I made that avatar video years ago. The first time I made it, it was horrible because I didn't know what I was doing, and now I know tea. Anyways, and I realized I don't have any fruit stuff to add to it right now, so I added some of that frozen dried fruit to it, and it was lame, and it just tastes like dried fruit, which yes, should have expected that. So I had an idea for something interesting. I have more jasmine tea, and it's time for my second caffeine of the day, so I'm gonna make something. I'm gonna put some jasmine tea. I'm gonna finish up this coconut milk from the powder. Some orange, yes, some more orange. I was thinking of that Brazilian lemonade where they blend the frozen are they frozen? I don't know, but they blend like limes. And then guess what I forgot I had in the freezer? Sweetened condensed coconut milk. Been in there a while. It doesn't get fully hard in the freezer, just so you know. This will be a treat, so I'm gonna put a hefty amount. Oh. It's really good. It's actually like perfectly sweetened. Oranges and cream, jasmine, green tea. Alright then. Oh, it's delicious. And the sun just came out. It's really good. So I had this tofurkey silken tofu in the fridge for a while that I literally just kept forgetting about. I also had that weird long onion thing that I wanted to use up too because it was starting to dry out. So I was thinking, easy meal, soft tofu, green onion stuff. I know what to do here. I'm doing the thing where you poke a bunch of holes in it and then you make a little saucy to add on toppy. That's so cringe. Anyways, so all I did was gochujang, soy sauce, sesame oil, and a big chunk of minced garlic. And this was so delicious. I feel like I've done more complicated sauces before, like I've tried harder, and I thought I was just doing a simple one today, but whatever it was extra good. I don't know. I think it was because I put a lot of gochujang and I made kind of a thicker sauce, but I really liked it. And the green onion was also really good too. I like how big and like crunchy it was. And I also also added sesame seeds on top. At the last second, I added some rice vinegar too because I realized like that would normally be on there. And we ate it with some rice and avocado. I also had some like gochujang mayonnaise sauce that I added too. So I gave in and made some cranberry syrup for drinkities. I didn't want to just make syrup. I wanted to do some more interesting things with the cranberries, like bake with them or use them in a savory context or something like that. But I ended up not being as adventurous with this video as I had originally hoped to be. It really was like poor timing on my part. I decided to do this little challenge because I'd been wanting to do this challenge, and then like soon after I realized like, wait, I have family coming for like a week and we're gonna be busy. We're gonna be eating out a lot. I'm not gonna have a lot of time to make stuff. And then like soon after that it was like tax time, and I hadn't done my taxes yet, so I was like stressed. So I like tired out of the whole creativity thing pretty like quicker than I had hoped. But I hope this series was still interesting and fun for you guys, and I will continue doing it in the future every once in a while when I've accumulated groceries and stuff. It's okay. But anyways, I made a drinkity with my cranberry syrup. I also added some of that lime juice that I just made. The cranberry syrup was good, but I realized that it's just a little bit better with the lime. It's like a little more interesting. So I tried to squeeze out all I could from the rest of the limes and mix that into the syrup. This is a good syrup, okay? It's yummy, it's something different, but it's not really like changing anything for me. Like I'm not gonna start buying cranberries now or whatever. It's not my favorite fruit to have with tea, but it is good, and it's good to know that I can do this if I ever end up with cranberries. I strained out the solid parts of the cranberries, and it's almost like a jam, like a jelly kind of thing, but more textured. It tastes like candy. I had some on some peanut butter toast. This was kind of a weird way to use it though. It was just the first thing that I thought of. I might be better in a chia pudding, so I might try that in the future. As I said, I didn't plan well for this video. I was a little bit of a mess, and I bought this cilantro because I was hoping to use it, and then quickly I left it behind. So here's what to do when you have some limp herbs in the fridge that you want to rehydrate, to re-perkify. I took away the parts that were kind of like too far gone, and I also cut the ends so they would be more fresh. Put them in a jar with some filtered water and put a bag over, put the bag on their head, and I tried to close it up as much as I could so you keep humidity in there, and then you change the water as often as possible, and they stay really good in the fridge like that. My mom gave me a bunch of limes and I wasn't using them up quick enough, so I decided to squeeze them all and freeze them into cubes, which I love to do with lemon or lime juice. And then whenever you just want a little bit, you just pop a cube into your dish. Obviously, you kind of have to plan ahead to either thaw it out beforehand or put it into something hot and it'll melt into the food. So here I'm having some noodles, and I had like a nut butter sauce, so I added some of the lime juice to that and some cilantro. Wait. That's so good with the lime. Oh. So I mentioned this kimchi in the part 1, and then I was like worried because it was especially fermented and smelly to the max. As I was told by a few people in the comments, and also I saw about it online, that that's actually preferable for making kimchi stew, kimchi jjigae, which makes sense. Like, it's too strong to be enjoyable to eat on its own, but like if you're putting it in like a little soup or whatever, then like it's not a problem. I'm getting a little bit creative because I'm hoping to make this without a cutting board, which will be fun. That's always the way I like to do things. So I have still some of the onion, the long onion that I still don't understand. Long onion, you see. I have some of this part. So I thought I could use this instead of white onion for the recipe, or yellow onion, because I'm just making like a small serving, and then I could use this up. Oh, and then also, because usually the meat, it seems, in kimchi jjigae is like pork belly. Obviously I don't have that. I don't even know if that exists for vegans, but, and this might be controversial, but understand that it's kind of the whole point of the video, I do have my spicy ground sausage, and obviously it's not the same, but it's in the pork family, and I feel like that sounds really good to me. And then we're also gonna have some tofu, so I'm not gonna use that much of this, just for like a little bit more meaty flavor. Okay, put in some oil. I'm gonna put these in there, just cut them with my scissors. With my scissors, yeah, with my scissors. A little bit of garlic. Thank you. Just like maybe a quarter of it, a third of it. kimchi. That looks delicious. Yeah, yeah. I opened up the cauliflower and all this just like came off, so I washed it and that's going in because we want a vegetable. Just remembered I wanted to put mushrooms in it too. Oops. So this is where you would add some of the brine and broth. So I'm gonna add a little bit of bouillon to this jar and some water and shake it up. You got to go and dig the hole. It should be like implied with my videos, especially these kinds of videos. Okay, I'm not making kimchi jjigae. I'm making something that is sort of inspired by kimchi jjigae, obviously. So, yeah, so that was not a lot of kimchi. So like, and I realized that after putting it in there, and also with me adding other vegetables and stuff, because I have to add vegetables to everything because I'm just vegan like that. The kimchi to everything else ratio is a little different. Forgot. I should have added this before I shook it too. We probably need more water, so I'm just gonna do it again. Not very mixed in, but that's okay. Soy. Sesame. I have some leftover tofu. I have successfully done this without a cutting board. Check it out. Cutting this tofu with a butter knife. Look at all the things you can achieve if you just believe. She's cute. And last but not least, I'm gonna finish off this freak. Slibbity-doo, slibbity-doo. You have all this. Put it in there. I think it looks pretty good. Rash. That looks lovely, delicious. It's also like a abnormally cold and rainy day today, so this is like perfect. That's so good. It's so flavorful and it's spicy. I don't know why I forgot about spicy. Oh, I forgot to add sugar. Would def make again. Also, it was super easy too. So good.